Well, let's get right into it with Demi and Max. So obviously Demi Lovato and Max Ehrich, even though they were very private about their romance at the start of quarantine,
Mhm.
they are gushing about each other all over social media. Most recently, after this little romantic getaway that they had in Joshua Tree, the two of them, like I mentioned, are not shy about
Right.
sharing how much they love each other. I mean, it's so mushy gushy, it makes me sick.
Look, can we talk about the comments on the
That's what
photos,
I'm
the
saying.
captions on the photos for a second, right? Okay, so Demi posted a photo of them in Joshua Tree. She captioned it, quote, "I went to work on a project, but it was so nice to get away for a couple of days. Thank you for making me so happy, my dear. I love going on adventures with you." Mind you, Max posted a photo as well, and he called Demi the love of his life.
I mean, and it's been like this for a minute. It's just so funny to see where this has gone because remember when back in March he did that Instagram live and she accidentally crashed it.
Right,
He's like I'm on live, man. Once you're in love, it's like you shout it from the rooftops and they don't care
right,
who knows it.
exactly.
Go for it.
Well, it's so crazy, what's going on in Hollywood because you have couples on one end that are realizing they don't want to be together. They're divorcing. Meanwhile, Max and Demi are over here falling in love.
Right.
So I love to see it.
And there was actually a couple of reports, one specifically from Us Weekly, saying that these two are looking to get engaged.
Mhm.
That's hard to say, especially during this time. There's that honeymoon phase, right? In any new relationship.
True.
And some people, in my case, I chose to keep it a little private before I was like all over Instagram about it. And I still kind of am. Like I'm still a little low key. You don't see me kind of going like, I love you. What did Max say? He said, I want to quote this. I love you to the furthest galaxy and
Oh,
back
yeah.
again. I'm not doing that. But I also, you have to keep in mind too that this is a precious time because, obviously a lot of people are sheltering in place and there's not many places we can go. So there is a lot of one-on-one quality time. But
Right.
I say don't rush anything too quickly before it needs to happen.
I agree with you. I feel like it can be two things that happen here, right? So you're spending a lot of one-on-one time together, which shows you that hey, we can actually do this
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
If it just has to be me and you, it can work. But then you also have busy schedules that are going to come into play once Hollywood and the entertainment industry gets back up and running.
Yeah.
So I would hope that what they build now could sustain itself
Yeah.
through, when they start working again. And I think it can. I want to talk about a post that Demi shared on her Instagram story a while ago. It's probably a month ago, but she posted a photo of her and Max, and it said, "Now I spend my days in a bathing suit with no makeup and someone who accepts and loves me for who I am,
Mm,
flaws and all."
yeah.
After all that Demi has been through, I feel like for her to make that statement, she has what she needs, at least for
Absolutely.
right now. And let's not forget that Max manifested
Oh,
this.
that's right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
He manifested this in 2011, December 26th. He said, "All I wanted for Christmas was Demi Lovato. Hashtag can't always get what you want." Don't speak too soon, Max,
But that
because
was years
9 years
ago.
later,
I know.
it's happening.
See, I feel like they both dreamt each other up. I mean, in Max's case, I think it was specifically Demi, but I think
Right.
Demi's always needed and wanted a rock like him right now. So I love what you said. It's like she got what she needs right now and what she wants,
Yeah.
and that's probably good enough for now.
Right.
But it is kind of amazing to see just how smitten they are. I'm like, okay, this is not just for you
Well,
know,
it has made me say to myself, like, girl, don't settle
don't.
until you feel that, because they're feeling something. I'm like, I
Yeah,
want that. Did you see the video with when they were dancing to Ari and
yeah.
Justin's song?
Of course, they were in
That's
Stuck with You.
yes. Oh
They
my
were in
goodness.
Stuck with You, and
So
then they
when
shared that video on their Instagram. Yeah.
right, it was just like, whoa, I need to feel this.
And Demi, or I was actually in Max's case, it's worth the wait, Mel. It is
Oh
worth the wait.
yes.
It took him what
Yes,
nine?
thank you.
Would you say 9 years? It took him 9 years.
Oh
Okay.
Lord, we can't wait 9 years.
You got time. You got time.
Right.
Moving on though to Jennifer Lopez and Alex Rodriguez. Of course, I feel like because of COVID-19, this is probably the longest time these two in particular have stayed put anywhere, you know? And it turns out they really are enjoying the family time. They were in Miami for a little bit, and of course now they're back in LA. A source actually tells ET that Jennifer and Alex love Malibu and love spending time there, and that they're doing great. The source goes on to say that the couple has used quarantine as a time or slow down and enjoy themselves and their family. Of course, you guys will remember they were engaged and wedding plannings were well underway. That came to a screeching halt because of the lockdown and because of the pandemic. But the source says that they both are looking forward to getting married, but aren't in a rush. When it happens, it will happen. They're already acting like a married couple. Like, I think it's just symbolic
Right.
to have the actual ceremony and the party.
Right. And I mean, J-Lo is a party girl. Alex is as well. So I'm sure they want this to be a celebration for everyone.
Yeah,
And we have to see J-Lo in this dress,
have to.
Alex in this suit. So it has to be done right. And
Mhm.
there really is no rush if you're truly in love. Like, what's the rush?
Exactly. I'm like, they're not going anywhere. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? They are such a perfect match. And it's kind of amazing to see them blend the family as well. And they're also expanding the family, not in the way you think, but they actually just got an adorable new puppy
So
for Max, actually, for her son. There's this video of him just going crazy over his new little pup. But apparently they are trying to choose between two names, Tyson or Yankee Doodle. I'm
I say
saying,
Yankee.
you say Yankee
What do you
Doodle?
say? What do you say?
Well, that makes sense, right? A-Rod used to play for the Yankees.
Right. For like what 12 seasons. Yeah. I like Yankee. I think it's cute.
I need to know this backstory of Tyson. I'm not sure where that came from, but you
Right.
know, kids dream up the craziest things. But it's so like, again, it's just kind of amazing to see these families come together and also just enjoy the quality time, because I feel like that's the only or one of very few silver linings of this whole experience and this whole situation is that quality time with your loved
Very
one.
true. And these are people that are busy 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
So this is rare, and I'm pretty sure they're just soaking it all in.
We're gonna have to wait till 2021, I guess. That's me just speculating for this big wedding, but I agree with you. I think it's gonna be massive.
Yeah.
Okay, so from possible engagements to future weddings, now to a couple that, of course, has split during quarantine, Megan Fox and Brian Austin Green. After nearly a decade together on and off, of course, they decided to go their separate ways, but it looks like they both have
Right.
moved on. Very interesting choices, I have to say. Let's start with Megan Fox. She was
Yes.
recently spotted with Machine Gun Kelly. Now, there have been rumors swirling that these two were an item. She, of course, also starred in a cameo in his music video, but she all but confirmed their relationship when they were spotted holding hands together in public and also sharing a smooch. And you know what that
Yes.
means, Melicia,
And you
okay?
know, after those photos surfaced, Machine Gun Kelly took to Twitter and he tweeted this. He tweeted some lyrics from his song Bloody Valentine.
Yeah.
The lyrics are, "I'm calling you girlfriend, what the F?" He quoted those and then he said, "Life imitated art on that one." So that's basically, I mean, him saying, yeah, they're a
He's
thing.
in love.
Yeah, it's a thing.
I love it. Well, listen, it's not too far off though, because actually Brian did talk about the fact that Megan had started or was hanging out with Machine Gun Kelly on his podcast, and he was saying that like at the time that he and Megan had talked about it and they were just friends for now, but he said he trusts Megan's judgment. You know, if this is a good
Right.
guy in her life, then he's gonna just respect that. So, I
Yeah.
mean, that's how you do it, right? I mean,
Yeah.
when you share a life together with someone and they move on, I mean, this is the best outcome of that, even though you guys are
Yeah, I mean,
together.
I commend Brian so much for how he handled it. You know, he said that Megan basically came to him and said, when I was away filming this film, what is it, Midnight in the Switchgrass
Yeah.
with Machine Gun Kelly, I felt more of myself, a way
Mhm.
I haven't felt in a while. So he gave her space to be her, and now we see the results of
I
it.
love
She's
that.
happy.
Well, listen, she's giving him space to be himself because meanwhile, he was spotted actually having lunch with Courtney Stodden. You guys will remember Courtney. She got married when she was 16 years old to Lost star Doug Hutchinson. I think there was like a 34-year age difference. And so that made headlines. They divorced later. But Courtney, I really feel like I haven't seen her make any headlines in recent years. And I certainly wasn't expecting her to be having lunch, whatever that means, with Brian. What did you make of that?
Right. It is kind of wild. I mean, the last headline I saw about Courtney was in March, and that's when she announced her divorced from Doug. And
Mhm.
she basically was saying that, you know, she feels like she was taken advantage of. And although parents might sign off on marriages, that, you know, you shouldn't get married that young,
Yeah.
especially to someone who's that young. And
Right.
she said that eventually she's going to have a book. So that was the last time I heard from Kourtney, which wasn't too long ago. But
Yeah.
now to see these two together,
It was a little bit of a head scratcher.
it is. It's a bit weird. I mean, she's 25 now,
Yeah.
and Brian's 45, I believe, or 47.
Hey, she's got a type, okay?
Well,
she's
he's got, well, yeah, I mean, yeah,
she likes older men, is what I'm saying.
yeah, and he likes younger women.
You know what? To each their own, right?
Right.
Love
Age
is
is
love.
nothing but a number. As long as you are over the consent age.
Exactly. It is just amazing to see them kind of. I mean, you can't put a timeline on when you move on after a relationship ends. You know, who we don't know for sure just how long they had been kind of a strain.
Right.
You know, Brian and Megan, but it clearly looks like they are making it work. So
Yeah, and we
you got
also don't know how serious it is between, you
that's
know,
true.
Brian and
Yeah.
Kourtney. It could just be, let's go grab a bite to eat.
Well, listen, if there's a couple who wrote the textbook on co-parenting and living one life together separately, it's Kourtney Kardashian and Scott Disick. You and I have talked about this all the time that, you know, Scott, of course, is the father of Kourtney's 3 children. And the Kardashians are always, and Jenners are always going to be a family to him. And, you know, what was cute, though, is Court recently posted a video, or excuse me, a photo on Instagram wearing a shirt in Wyoming. We'll explain a little bit why they're in Wyoming. But fans were so quick to realize and pull up the receipts that shirt belonged to Scott Disick. And I thought it was cute.
It's cute, but I feel like we're looking too hard.
Yeah, you do?
Yes, I mean, in a perfect world, they would get back together. Do I think that's what's happening? No, but they are family. You
Yeah.
know, after Scott's parents passed in 2013 and 2014, you mentioned this before, the Kardashians really stepped in and became his family.
Yeah.
So I think it was more so, it could have been as simple as, I dropped something on my shirt, or I want to pick up this goat and I don't want to wear my favorite shirt. Give me your flannel. You know, it could have been as simple as that.
I know we're burying the other lead, which is Courtney's holding on to. I think it's either a sheep or a goat. I'm honestly not a farm person, so I can't
So,
tell. But I was like, that's a whole Jackson Hole, Wyoming vibe right there.
right,
By the way,
right.
the whole family was there to celebrate Northwest's birthday. Of course, Wyoming has kind of become a second home for Kanye and for Kim and the rest of the family. But we were talking about this. I'm like, I'm not mad at it though. Like,
Me
do I get
either.
it?
Look, I've never wanted to go to Wyoming before, but why
They
not?
put it on the map.
Why not? Let's go.
They put it on the map. But yeah, Northwest, by the way, I mean, she's getting so big. And it's
So
kind of
cute.
awesome that even though we're in the middle of all this craziness right now, that the family took some time to celebrate her birthday and that they traveled to Wyoming for her.
Right.
Good on them.